adulting unfolds. We're adulting our foes.
Oh, no one could hear me. I was muted. Hey guys.
I'm not fuzzy. That's a big win.
I know. Look at that. I'm pretty
Usually
surprised. Just
very
gotta get
fuzzy
the,
right now.
I don't know what happened with the chat, but I have to like copy and paste the link now every week. But it actually looks better this way.
Why am I so low?
Don't forget the thumbs up, guys.
Yeah, guys, give us a like. Give us a like, or you're dead to us. How about that? That's good.
Well, give us a like, because if you don't, I'm gonna continue being very depressed.
Oh.
Because apparently
What kind of medication's he on? I'll take it.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not. Apparently,
Go get
low
some.
viewership on TikTok and YouTube has affected my mental health. True story.
Apparently, how do you? Why is that apparently?
Because when I stopped doing TikTok lives, I realized I was not as depressed anymore.
Don't
So
you
was
know
Sarah.
that social media has a tendency to come with toxicity in some form?
Yeah, but it's not the toxicity that gets to me. It's the you've been with me when we're live, and like we'll have 200 people one time, and then I'll have blips with the service, and then we get 30, and I'm ready to throw my phone, and I'm like
Yeah,
depressed.
that's what makes social media crappy in general. It's because you're always comparing, you know?
You're not wrong. You're not right. And I never understood it. Because people have told me that. I said, I don't understand that. I don't need likes. I don't need views. Until I started wanting likes and views, and then now
You're
it's...
like, oh my god, we got 300. And you're like,
Yeah,
oh, we got 20.
Thank God. I haven't been live in 3 or 4 weeks. It's been a while. And I decided to go live from the Indiana Jones show today because I was like, why not? I'm on my new iPhone. Let me do it. And it got up to 350 views. I was like, all right, maybe I'll start doing this again. But then I turn on the YouTube and there's 5 and I'm ready to yeet myself into traffic.
6.
All right. 6, 7. And it's a good 7. James had a last minute booking. So
Should we
the
see?
string is
Should we?
broken.
Should we see if it's confirmed?
Yeah. But you know what? It's okay because I just wanted to do it on the 100th and not do it on the 50th because like that is a lot. So it works out.
And he also uses headphones.
Right. He's got worse internet than
Okay, so yeah,
Master Ryan.
it's 7:30. James Young, Make the World Laugh, Wednesday, October 2nd at the Vasani Entertainment. You can get tickets to him via ThunderTix, so it is confirmed.
Yeah. I had an ex called Thunder Tits.
Why is that? Why Thunder?
I don't know. It just sounded like a good joke to make.
I
They
big?
just rumble into you.
I poured
Yeah, yeah.
myself an undisclosed amount of vodka, 5 shots, and realized that I didn't have cranberry juice to mix it with. So I had to dig.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had to dig into the back, and I found a can of Minute Maid lemonade, which was 40 grams of sugar, which I really hate drinking sugar. So here we are, feeling pretty good though. Lemonade and vodka is pretty decent.
That's good.
It's pretty
Yeah,
decent.
I like lemonade and vodka.
It's pretty decent. Cuts it down. I like how it. That's why I like cranberry vodka. One, because I have a vagina. 2, because it cuts down the vodka too.
I also like Fresca and vodka.
Really, Fresca.
But anytime Michaela's in town, we have to get a lot of Fresca, and I love me some Fresca.
I feel like such a bad bitch when I drink Fresca.
Yeah,
It's good.
I feel
Are
like
you
a
guys
pick-me
ready
girl.
for your pumpkin spice lattes too?
Am I ready? I started getting those in August.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Come on.
We had
No, I don't get the pumpkin
uh,
spice latte. I get
spice
the
for dinner.
pumpkin cream cold brew. I don't like the spice. I like the pumpkin. I don't like the spice. I'm not a spice guy.
It's a nutmeg.
You know what?
So I get it without the
That's-
cinnamon.
That's exactly how Lewis is. And last time I ordered him coffee, he actually got something, and he's like, "It doesn't have spice, and I like it."
Yeah,
and maybe
see,
that's what they gave him
totally different.
instead.
So when you can't get it at Dunkin', Dunkin's is pumpkin spice flavoring, but if you go to Starbucks, you can get the pumpkin cream foam and ask for none of the little spice on top. I sub it for cocaine. Different
Outside
kind
this
of
commercial
spice.
break, you can't say that on YouTube.
I think you say anything on YouTube.
You can, you just won't get monetized.
Yeah.
And I need that 13 cents.
You can't kill anyone on
an
YouTube.
ad.
You can't say kill.
Yep, well,
either.
there goes that 13
Say
cents.
unalive, but not kill. Where'd you
Yeah,
say
right.
James was?
A comedy show.
He'll be back. He'll be here soon. I mean, it's at 7:30, so he should be back by 8:45, I would think.
Well, here's what's weird. He said, I'm supposed to be on stage at 8 o'clock or 8:15. 8:15. So I could call you from my car from 8 to 8:15. And I was like, dude,
That was
they
very
don't
nice
even-
of him to.
Yeah. And I was like, I appreciate that. I said, but like, we're not even all in the studio by 8:15.
Yeah.
So it'll be like a minute long.
Yeah, his audio quality might have been better if he did that though, than usual.
Yeah. All right, 3, 2, 1. Like the guy said, we're the No New Friends podcast. Voted #1 by our friends and family. We are the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. Now, if you'd like to connect with us, all of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise and become a Clubhouse member. That's and become a friend with benefits and join our Clubhouse. That's our Patreon. And for as low as $2 a month, you can have a bunch of exclusive benefits, including entry into contests and games, exclusive content like early release episode on our episodes or cutting room floor, all that good stuff. My name is Scott. I am the... Right now, we are streaming live on the YouTube, where you can watch us record every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then also follow us on the TikTok, where sometimes we go live from the Orlando parks. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, my talented cast of characters, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris,
Happy birthday, us.
the Jewish American princess, Sarah,
Hello.
our emotional support gay, Nick,
It's a me. I'm a gay, and I'm back.
and our producer, Alex. So, any of you catch the debate last night?
Nah.
I mastered the debate.
Oh, I watched that one. Yeah, I did watch that one.
Yeah.
I know we were talking about that. Yeah, that was a way longer live stream than I expected. That was impressive.
Thank you. I just kept going and going.
Like the Energizer Bunny.
And his dick kind of looks like Tim Walls.
Oh, so I did watch this debate, and there was
Sorry to hear that.
nothing of noteworthiness.
Yeah, except for when Tim Walls said he was friends with school shooters. I thought that was a little inappropriate. I thought that was a little inappropriate. I don't know. Possibly disqualifying.
When JD Vance says, I thought it was in the rules that you were not going to be fact checking me tonight. So
That was pretty good.
awkward.
That's my new line whenever somebody calls me out. Yeah, I didn't. Where was the stipulation where you could fact check me? I didn't sign up for this. I did
right.
love that. That was on par with alternative facts.
Yes. But it was how a debate usually goes when Donald Trump is not involved. They shook hands. They
Yeah.
were very
What do you
cordial
mean,
with
civil?
each other. They were chumming it up afterwards. But I got to tell you, Chris, if this is what politics is going to be like without Donald Trump involved, then I say let's abolish term limits, get that man in office so he can debate every 4 years.
Yeah. So here's my thing. There's a lot of people that will flee the country if Donald Trump wins. I'm going to flee the country if he's disqualified for running after this election. I want to go to a country with more entertaining politics. I hear the politics in Gambia are very, very interesting. I might take my talents to Gambia.
I'm with Chris, we could start an Eastern Hemisphere No New Friends podcast. You, me, and Lemen.
Oh yeah, he's back because we have 3 of his potential addresses that he sent us.
We do.
4 of his potential identities, aliases. So we probably can find him.
You know, it was so exciting. I thought we were going to have some content on Bubba Joe a couple weeks ago because all of a sudden he was not on Instagram. Like he was
Yeah.
gone. And I'm like, oh, I guess he finally got banned. And I was going to make a topic out of it. But then within the next 3 hours, he was back.
Yeah, he vanished like Building 7 on 9/11 and then rose from the ashes. No one was in that building. It's okay to say that.
Okay. All right. So speaking of politics, Sarah, Jimmy Carter update, please. How long has he been dead now?
Not at all.
Oh.
He just celebrated his 100th birthday.
Oh my
You know,
God.
we lost
Aw.
a lot of people recently. Some very important people,
sorry.
famous people. He's not one of them, guys. He's still going. He's
He's
not.
not. Yeah.
Did he get
say
the Smucker's jar yet? On the Today Show, you get if you turn 100, you get your name on the Smucker's jar.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah,
I did
Pretty
not know that.
bad
but
reward.
I need to find this out. Yeah.
he said he wants to make it until the 15th so that he can vote in the election. So I don't know. I started taking bets on him dying on the 14th, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
That would be on brand for. That would be on brand.
Did you see the pictures?
It really would.
You see the pictures
The
of him
pictures.
getting wheeled out for the flyover?
No.
Oh, look it up. He
What
looks like
flyover?
they did a flyover for him of the jets. They couldn't see anything, but he could hear it a little bit. They rolled him out there. He looked like the that character from SpongeBob that goes, "They're selling what?
Oh.
Chocolates."
Oh.
Yeah, but way
It
paler.
looks like a
Oh.
bed.
Yeah, he died.
with a wheelchair.
He died 3 weeks ago.
Yet he's still more alive than Joe Biden.
It's still in democratic fashion. They'll still have him vote.
I am watching this documentary. It's called "Stopping the Steal," and it is fantastic.
Yeah, what
It
side is that on? I wasn't sure if I wanted to watch that or not.
You know what? So it's a lot of people within his inner circle who are talking about it, and it's like election officials from Arizona and all that, and they're very much like Donald Trump is crazy.
See,
like
I
he
love a good
lost this election.
conspiracy doc. I would have loved to see
but
it.
that's
Like,
the thing. That's the thing. There are plenty of interviews with people
Oh,
who
good,
believe
good,
that he
good.
won.
Good, yeah.
So you'll get your fill. You'll get your fill. But the people that died, you got Ken Page, who was the voice of Oogie Boogie, Maggie Smith from Harry Potter, Professor McGonagall, Pete Rose, famous gambler. I guess that lifetime ban is now over. He can be in the
oh
Hall of
yeah,
Fame.
hey,
Yeah.
you know what? That's a good point. Lifetime ban.
Yeah, lifetime ban is over. He can join the Hall of Fame.
Who is John Amos?
John Amos. So he
Amos.
was in.
He the guy that did that makes the cookies.
Yes.
The famous one?
Famous
Yes.
Amos?
Yep. He was in Coming to America. He was like the future father-in-law.
Yeah.
He was the father of the American.
Oh,
woman that-
and in the kitchen of millions of Americans. Famous Amos.
yes. He was in Die Hard 2.
Oh, so he's B-lister.
Yeah, he's a B-lister, but he's
okay.
but like a bit like B plus. He's been in a lot of
Okay.
stuff. Dikembe Mutombo.
That was
famous basketball
sad.
Player with the
Yeah, that was
Never heard of
sad.
him.
former Magic player Joe Wolf. It's a rough week. Jimmy Carter's still alive. Is he out of hospice now? Like, has the time frame on hospice ran out for him?
I think he runs it now. I think that's what happens. If you stay there
Okay.
long enough, you are then elected the leader of hospice. He-
Nobody else can die until you do. I think that's the rules.
So, I met Jimmy Carter once. Jimmy Carter, and I use this as like a two truths and a lie a lot of times. He rode my boat when I drove the Jaws boat
Saw
at
it.
Universal.
oh, like literally, actually.
Like he was sitting on the boat, him
Yeah.
and Secret Service, and
That's actually
his
pretty
wife.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And so it got me thinking because today something happened. I was at Hollywood Studios with Remy. And before I get to, well, and we ran into, well, let me explain how it happened. I was about to leave for the day, so I'm heading out for the restroom, and I see the backside of a gentleman who looks kind of familiar based on the shirt that he's wearing. And Remy goes up, and I'm like, oh my God, that's paging Mr. Morrow. That is like Chris's favorite human being.
He is.
Chris loves paging Mr. Morrow. And I'm like, oh my God, Remy is going to say hi to him. So sure enough, it was Mr. Morrow, I guess. Mr. Morrow. I don't know.
Mr.
Nate.
Tom Morrow.
Well, yes, Mr. Tom Morrow. But super nice guy. He took pictures with us. So I'm thinking,
Well,
you know
probably
what?
because knowing you probably fangirled to him. It was like, oh my God, I need your pic, and you're probably intoxicated.
You know what?
I can almost
only
guarantee you.
I only drank 3 today. Yeah, it was so hot, Nick, and
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't prepared for.
Talking about meeting Mr. Morrow or the weather?
Both.
He's a sweaty
But no,
looking guy.
Yeah, I didn't fangirl, Nick. So but what do best friends do? I know that Chris is a massive paging Mr. Morrow fan.
Huge.
So
I actually,
I-
for the viewers at home, I have his autograph on this Magic Band.
do you really?
This is literally, I brought this
Aw.
to Comic-Con and I had him sign it for me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
super gay. I love
Yeah.
that for you.
Yeah. So I'm telling Mr. Morrow, and I'm like, hey, my friend Chris is such a big fan of yours. I'm like, you're probably not going to remember this, but several years ago when you broke your camera, he sent you money, and he's like, oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's so cool. Tell him I said hi. And I said, listen, I know you're busy, but is there any way we could maybe FaceTime him? And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. To which Remy said, well, do you want me to do it? I'm like, no, I've got my phone. So, and I tell Mr. Morrow, and I said, don't worry, you're not going to have to talk to him long. He's not even going to answer the phone. So I'm FaceTiming him. Sure enough, Chris doesn't answer.
No, I did not. I'm very self-conscious about Scott calling me too because a lot of the times I'm a very popular person. I'm not, but my child is. So there's people at my house a lot to visit her, and I'm always attending to that. So today we are feeding my child solid foods for like the 3rd time. So I was not supervising, but helicoptering, and and Scott calls me, and I'm like, hey man, I'm at the literally I said I'm at the psychiatrist getting my crazy pills. That's exactly what I said.
That's what he said.
And I was there that day. I was. And then he goes, okay, your loss. And he sends me a selfie of them. I sprint outside, and I wanted to just, I kid you not, this is all true. I was getting just the sky in the background, so you couldn't tell I was outside my house. So I could have just said I ran outside the doctor's office. And I was going to tell Scott all this later. But I thought, I honestly thought Scott was just trying to FaceTime me with Remy at like Indiana Jones or something. So I was like, I'm supervising the solid food consumption of my child. I will see him tonight. And no, he was with my idol, my hero.
So when Chris doesn't answer, Remy on his Android, which, spoiler alert, does not have FaceTime, attempts to, he's like, well, then I'll FaceTime him. I was like, dude, what makes you think he's going to answer
That's not how
you?
it works.
And
He
you
called.
don't have FaceTime.
He called me because I knew what was going on. He called me. It rang 3 times and then hung up because I'm thinking I literally just texted Scott. I'm at the doctor's office. Remy's probably calling and Scott goes, he's at the doctor's. Hang up, and he hung up. Is that what happened?
No, I said he's not going to answer.
And then he hung
No,
up.
I don't know. I wasn't with him at this point. So I see, I say goodbye. I see Remy and Mr. Morrow walking. So chances are Remy stalked him the rest of the day.
Yeah,
and
Remy, can you
may
put in
still be
chat
with him.
how long you were with Nate after? I call him by his legal name because I donated money to him years
Yeah,
ago.
you're allowed to.
Yeah. I had to put it on my tax return, so I had to message him for a social security number and everything. Remy, how long were you with Mr. Morrow after Scott left? And are you going to be in his video?
So as he's answering that, so I leave them. I go to the restroom. Chris then FaceTimes me.
It was right after you sent the picture. It was
It was
immediately
right
after. Yeah.
It was right after I sent the picture, but that was on my way into the restroom. I had already left.
Yes.
So Nick, my thought process at that moment was I'm going to answer real quick, say, hang on, I'm peeing, and
Not
then I'm going to go
surprising.
run out and find them.
Not surprising. Well, I already knew that you were going to answer in the bathroom because you took a live stream camera into the bathroom one time. So
That is true. It is
not
I
surprising.
did do that. But luckily, cooler heads prevailed, and I did not answer my phone. I said, bro, I'm pissing right now. And I said, but I do have something for you, and that's when I sent the video.
He sent a video of Mr. Morrow
Mr.
giving me a
Wiener?
little shout out.
Oh.
Now, when Scott took that live stream camera into the bathroom one time, it's like, oh my gosh, are you meeting Jimmy Carter? Like, no, that's just Scott's penis. It just looks just as,
Looks the same.
just as lifeless as Jimmy Carter.
But you know, I told Mr. Morrow, I said, you know, oh well, his loss, sucks to be him. He should have answered. He never answers. And he said, well, let's make a video for him.
That was really cool of him. Thank you, Paging.
Yeah.
I think his name was Paging.
Very cool.
Yeah, Mr. Morrow's his last name. It's just Paging. Yeah.
So, super nice guy. Now, something that I experienced at Hollywood Studios today is
Was you looking exactly like him, but 20 years older?
Yeah,
We'll have to
yeah.
put the picture on our Discord so they can see. It's
Yeah,
him
he
in
never
20
wa-
years.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is a glimpse into my future. So we did Rise of the Resistance, which has single riders lines. We only waited 5 minutes for Rise of the Resistance today, which is crazy. So, real quick question, because I think 3 of us are going to answer one way and one of us is going to answer the other way. Chris,
Yeah.
you and Emily are at the park by yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do the single riders for Rise of the Resistance?
No. We've never done single
You've
riders.
You've ridden it before. You've ridden it before. Both of you have ridden it before.
Oh, would we? No, probably not.
So no, you wouldn't do single riders.
No.
It's an hour wait. It's a 95-minute wait.
I'd probably pay the
Single riders are
$45 for the lightning lane. Because we love
Nick?
credit card debt.
Nick, would you and Sean do
Oh,
single riders?
a million %. We'd probably do it 3 times.
Okay. This is what I thought would be the predictable answer. Chris kind of ruined this bit. Sarah.
Yeah. I already know
Rise of
this.
the Resistance
I
is a
felt that.
3-hour wait. Single Riders is a walk-on with a free tequila. Do you and Lewis split up and do single riders?
Wait. The
Throwing six-
circumstances have now changed entirely. A 5-minute wait and a shot of tequila, he would be like, babe, please go. Get your shot and
run.
meet me at the family bathroom at the end of the ride, please. That's what would happen. So, but
But he wouldn't do it
realistically-
too?
Wait. Well, there's still a family bathroom at the end. We're still going to meet there. So, yeah.
Well, he wouldn't do the single rider line too?
Oh, he would. I mean,
And then you guys,
if the
so you got
if
split
the
up
condition
and then,
was a shot of tequila and a walk-on, if there was, realistically no shot of tequila, no, we're not
No.
gonna split up.
Even a 3-hour wait.
Well, we wouldn't do it if it was a 3-hour wait, Scott,
But
because we've already been
single
on
riders, single riders was a 5-minute wait.
it. Not without my husband, but with a shot of tequila. You see the priorities.
we've even thought about doing it with Piper in line with us, and I think you have to be 7 or 8 years old to be a kid and do single rider line.
Right.
And I've almost had her lie just so that we could do rides faster.
I will do single rider. Like my daughter, Michaela, the very first time she ever did rock and roller coaster, she was 10 years old. We did single riders line. Like I will do single riders line no matter what. First time, I will do single rider. If single riders is available, I'm doing single riders.
I feel like it's not as fun with random people next to you.
Some people
I'm
would
there
say
for my
that
own
a
enjoyment.
lot of things are more fun with random people next to you.
Now, I think the first time I'm riding something, yeah, I'm riding it with people. I'm not gonna, because I'm probably going through the line anyway.
You
to
always do that
experience the whole queue.
when you ride something for the first time. You always want people, strangers around you, Scott.
I always want strangers around me. Strange is best.
Nick, are you sure Scott's not your type?
I'm okay on that one.
Nick's a chubby chaser. I'm more up Sean's alley. Like, I've got some disabilities, you know, by the pre-diabetes. Anyway, so meeting Paging Mr. Martyr, they got me thinking about meeting other celebrities, and was wondering if you guys had any crazy meeting celebrity stories. For me, I definitely followed a local news reporter into the restroom so I can get an autograph.
No.
I was a kid. I was like in middle school.
A
or
news
high school.
reporter?
A local news reporter, like a
A
local
local-
news anchor. He sat in the big chair. But I did follow him into the restroom to get an autograph.
I didn't expect the plot twist that you were a kid when it happened. I thought that you were an adult, but
So, Sarah, any embarrassing or fun celebrity meeting in the wild, not at your work, where like you do meet some celebrities?
no, not out in the wild. But I do like, I mean, I do work in Daytona Beach, so that kind of feels like the wild, you know. Honestly, nobody of importance really comes to see us, so it is cool when it happens.
Okay.
So
Chris.
mine is a little obscure. I did talk about my story about how I met the Eagles kicker at Whole Foods the one time, and I had to Google his wife and told him that I Googled his wife to make sure
yes,
it was him.
I do remember that story.
Yeah, so that was the main one. But the more obscure story is, for years there was this homeless guy that what circulated on our neighborhood page, like the "What's Up in Blank" page type thing.
yeah.
And the first time I ever met him was like really like that was a cool moment, because like I'm in the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts and he's there right after the drive-through. Veteran homeless guy move. He actually turns out he's not homeless. He's just a swindler. I respect his game. So
the game,
I
yeah.
thought he was homeless at the time. So I ordered my food and my coffee, and I get to him and I was like, "Hey, you must be Steven." And he didn't even say like "nice to meet you" or anything. He said, "Do you have anything extra for me, money wise?" He literally said that, money wise. He saw I had a bag of food. I said no. I said, "But would you like this coffee? It's cold out." And he goes, and I give it to him, and he goes, "Do you have any cream and sugar?" And then I just drove off. I was pretty pissed. But that was when I met
Yeah.
Steven, the homeless guy. That was pretty groundbreaking. I texted all my friends, and I was the talk of the town for at least a week. When you meet someone like that, it's pretty monumental. A little bit, I think, a little bit better than meeting a local news anchor was the local
Yeah.
famous Facebook
Right.
famous homeless guy. But I
Yes,
digress.
Sarah.
I thought of a good one actually.
Okay.
Now, I because we're right here next to the racetrack in Daytona. I was a teenager and we were out at PetSmart. All right, my mom and I, and we ran into a famous NASCAR driver.
Can I guess?
At the time,
Was it Rusty Kuntz? That's an actual guy's name.
poor guy.
That's an actual guy's name.
It was at the time he was more well known, but it was Jamie McMurray.
Oh.
My mom is a huge NASCAR fan, always has been, always will be. And I remember that she totally fangirled out hardcore, and I'm just standing there completely traumatized. And she's like, "I don't mean to bother you. I know you're like buying pet food and stuff and doing your thing. And I'm not gonna tell anybody that you're here, but I'm a big fan and it is so nice to meet you." And this woman walked to the next aisle within earshot still and found the first person she could. And she's like, "Do you know who's in the aisle next to
Oh
us?"
my God.
Jamie McMurray. And I'm just standing there absolutely traumatized, beyond traumatized. And I can't believe that I forgot about that, because it's still think about it to this day, obviously.
I do have to fact check myself. Rusty Kuntz was an American baseball coach. I was thinking of pro NASCAR driver Dick Trickle.
Dick Trickle, yeah.
Dick Trickle.
That
yeah.
one I've heard.
Yes, very very similar names.
Now, I make obscure people famous. So like there's this guy at Disney Springs that is always wearing like sequins, a sequin
Yes,
jacket.
I know who you're talking about.
Yes, and he always stands right outside of World of Disney watching whatever performance is on. So of course I've taken a picture with him. And then I think was that when you were there?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he was like a famous. Yeah.
I don't go to Disney Springs, but he's famous on like the annual pass holder page.
I don't think I've ever seen that picture because you're old and don't know how to send pictures.
And
But
I was
it's
definitely
okay.
probably drunk and depressed.
100%.
And then, like, there's a bartender at Universal. His name is Murph over at Shea Alcatraz, and he does this little Sharky thing. And so I have to get a picture with him because he's famous. And like, I will fangirl over people that like are not really famous. They just happen to be in my feed, like that college program girl at Animal Kingdom who. Maybe related, maybe unrelated, hasn't really posted a video since that day. So I don't know.
She doesn't get good
feels her
reception in your basement. That's probably why.
or maybe she felt like her privacy was infringed on. I don't know. Nick, any celebrity meetings?
I was wondering when you're going to get to me because now I have like 100 of them I'm thinking of. I've met a lot of celebrities. Oddly, living in Ohio, I've met a bunch. MTV, Real World Road Roll stars. Met Lance Bass not once but twice.
Oh wow!
So,
Intimately?
first time. I wish. So the
Yeah,
first
but I
time I
feel
met
like
him
all the
was
gay
at a
people
gay
know each
bar.
other.
Yeah, it was at a gay
So
bar
that's
in
not a
Chicago.
shocking
Well, the shocking story, I guess not shocking, is I wasn't allowed to go into the bathroom because he was in there, which meant he was doing a line of coke. Because it was you don't give a shit when you're Lance Bass. So the second time I met him,
Were you
was
like, would you like to
actually-
do a line of cock instead, sir?
Yeah. Second time I met him was actually when we went to California for our wedding. Can you still hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, my audio cut out. Hold, please.
He's getting into his travel agency lingo now. Hold, please.
Yeah, we're not doing a live
Please
show
hold.
or anything. It's
Please
fine.
hold. Please hold. I have to do a line of cock with Lance Bass.
I think that's the name of the episode, A Line of Cock with Lance Bass.
Are you ready to get down?
Yes. Because the more I do while we're actually recording the episode, the easier my editing job is. Because Alex does such a good job now. Well, he's always done a good job, but Alex does such a good job that I really don't have to listen to the episode unless I know that there's something there that I want to just see
Right,
how
right.
it turned out. All I need is the title of the episode, and then I don't think when we change the name, I'm going to do the cold open anymore because it's just
Too much.
it's such a pain in the ass to
Yeah.
find that clip.
It is fun, but it is a lot. I bet.
It is fun. It is fun. I think it's more fun for you guys. Like what's
yes.
he gonna pick?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I usually turn it off after that.
But honestly, I've been mailing it in lately. I've just been like, okay, the first thing that gets a good laugh, that's what the clip is. Or if I can find the moment that the episode is named after, then I'll do that.
Sorry, I'm back.
All right, you with us?
I bought new AirPods. Well, got new AirPods for my birthday, and they cut out already. So second time I met Lance Bass, I was in LA at a gay bar, of course.
Of course.
So Sean and I, when we got married out there, it was actually 10 years ago. Thank you for acknowledging my wedding anniversary as well, too, guys. I appreciate that.
I think I wish you a happy anniversary on Facebook.
You did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we did an episode where we thanked you. Or
I don't remember.
That was your
writing it too
character
long.
that did, not your actual self.
Oh.
Yeah. I want the real.
Dick.
I want the real you. So we're sitting outside on the patio at this really nice bar in West Hollywood, a gay bar. In walks, guess who?
Lance Bass.
No, before
Ooh.
Lance Bass walks
Aaron
in
Carter.
Abby Lee Miller.
Oh, close.
from
wait,
Dance
wait, wait.
Moms.
Wow.
Did she walk or did she wheel?
Oh,
Ooh.
It was before that. It was before all that.
No oxygen tank? This
Okay.
was pre-oxygen tank?
Yeah, yeah.
wait a
This
second.
was pre-prison and everything.
Chris, do you know who Abby Lee Miller is?
Oh, absolutely. She's the discoverer of JoJo Siwa, my lord and savior.
Yes.
New potential episode date. JoJo Siwa.
So she walks into the bar and we're just like, we're kind of in shock. We look over and we're with a friend of mine that lives there, and he's not surprised because he sees celebrities all the time. He works for a reality show, and so he's just like, whatever. So next she walks in, drops presents off. It's July, or no, September. She's dropping like presents off because they're doing a Christmas and September party, which was
Okay.
very confusing.
Is that the gay bar still?
Yeah, so
I
it's
was
not
gonna
the
say,
gay
it's
bar.
pretty gay.
So they had like these hot, sexy Santa dancers there that night. One of the sexy Santa dancers, we actually knew him from working the gay bars in Columbus, who then later
Twitch.
became the gardener on Ellen.
The gardener?
He was like a straight gardener, fake gardener guy on Ellen
Interesting.
that she did like towards the end. So then in walks in Lance Bass.
Wow.
So he drops the present off. He sticks around and is hanging out in there. So we stalked him, got a picture. Super nice. He was not on drugs that night. After that, we had Ross Matthews walked in with like
Wow.
a whole gaggle of comedians. So I'm
Okay.
fangirling out because they were all just finished filming like Chelsea Lately, because it was all the comedians from that show.
Sure.
So we got some pictures with them, super amazing, everything. Nothing really awkward about it, but the biggest one I regret to my husband for not cheating on me is we went to D23 Expo in 2019, which is the Disney Fan Expo. He comes out of the bathroom, he's like, I just peed next to Matthew Morrison. Why he did not reach over and say, do you need a hand? I don't know.
Like
I think he's very straight.
Matthew
So?
Morrison,
Go ahead, Sarah. Work it out.
Glee.
Yes.
Glee. Yes.
Well, listen, I did in fact watch every season of that. I don't know
Yes,
if I
you-
should
Well, in case you
list
didn't,
that or not.
in
but-
case you didn't know, Sarah, we haven't talked about it before, but Glee was filmed in Lima, where I'm originally from.
Oh my
Well,
God,
it wasn't
no
filmed in
way.
Lima; it was based in Lima.
Yes.
Um,
And Sarah, you officially get your ally flag now.
yeah.
Did
By
I?
knowing-
Did I not have
But-
one already?
Of course you did, but for joke purposes, identifying Abby Lee Miller before or after wheelchair, and
Yeah,
knowing
that's
who
a,
Matthew Morrison is.
that was a lot of gay card issues right there.
Yeah.
My
Neither.
mother watched a lot of Dance Moms, so I'm very familiar.
I was obsessed.
You know, it would be fun
Yes.
one time if Nick quizzed us on gay culture, and like went through
And-
all these people and.
So that brings us to a good point, actually. I did kind of want you guys. It's been a while. I want you to move out of the way. I'm gay.
Wasn't ready for it. Hold on.
I was. We're on the gay screen now.
Oh, you guys don't.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
And it's really funny you bring it up because I wanted to do a Move On Gay segment tonight, and we talked about it beforehand a little bit, but I didn't tell you guys what I wanted to talk about.
No
and
idea.
and it was actually gay culture.
Oh.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I've been watching. I follow a
Just call me Madam Clea.
yeah.
Wasn't she the psychic?
Call me now.
No, it was
me now.
Cleo.
Yeah, Madam Cleo.
Cleo.
Cleo. Call me
I was
now.
like- Yeah. I've been watching these comedians on TikTok that I am obsessed with now, and they started doing these gay culture things to try to see what straight people think these words and terminology means. I know we've had Abby's segment where we've learned about the Gen Alpha
Gen
now? What is
Alpha. Yeah.
I just learned that today too. There's all those words. We have words in the gay community, and I want to test your guys'
Oh,
knowledge.
come on, let's do
I
it.
love this.
do
I'm
it.
so excited about this.
So,
Anytime I could play a game with a gay, it's game on.
I love a good game night. So,
Gay night.
game night. A segment within a segment. We're like the butterfly effect now.
In the straight community, we call that just the tip.
Oh, fun. I like that.
That is actually true.
We play that game too, so it's not really just
what Rachel
straight
calls
terminology,
sex.
I guess. So I looked up some gay terms that I want to see what you guys think it means.
All right. Should we? Okay. So are we gonna buzz in?
So, we can do.
Okay. And we have to make a
buttons,
buzz
like raise your
button.
hand or something.
We'll make a buzz noise.
But
Yeah. Anything.
it has to be like super gay.
Yeah. Okay. The gayer
Ding,
the better.
ding,
yeah.
ding. We're like the
Yeah,
trolley.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
don't
yes,
know.
yes, yes, yes. Okay. Perfect.
Which one night I think we should do gay icons.
Sure.
So we'll keep that in
This
mind.
could be your game. I don't care.
I love it.
Game night.
Gay
G-A-Y-M-E.
night.
So
So-
whatever you want. Sky's the limit.
I know we've talked about some of these before, but let's refresh your knowledge maybe, or just see first thing that comes to your mind. What is a bear?
Yes.
Before the parade passes by.
What?
Broadway. I think any Broadway quote is what Scott thinks is gay.
We were buzzing in. He
I,
went.
I said yes. And
Oh,
then-
that was your buzz.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that wasn't your answer. I'm so.
Yeah.
that was
yeah.
That was a
But
good
Chris
buzz.
buzzed in first.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so my answer is going to be a large hairy man.
That is correct. Yeah, that is very correct. All right, next question. What is a twink?
The most beautiful sound I ever heard, Maria. That is a new gay, a young new gay.
Who's also slim
Who's
and
also slim,
usually smooth and hairless.
smooth, hairless.
Good job, Scott.
Thank you.
A
So
lot of
proud of you.
criteria.
Solid B, I know. Solid B plus.
So we've talked. I feel like we talked before. There's even segments within the bear community. I'm not going to go into those tonight. One of the other ones I guess we can talk about. What's a daddy?
Don't be a drag, just be a queen.
I love this. All right, Mr. Chris, what is your answer?
You daddy.
What exactly is it?
I would
daddy,
say
besides me.
the person you submit to. It's a pretty good answer.
Yeah, that is a good one. What do you think, Scott, Sarah?
Oh.
It's basically Lewis.
It's basically
Yeah, no, see, for me, that's Poppy. When referring
Yes.
to Daddy, it's usually Daddy Anakin or Daddy Pedro Pascal, but that's a different story. Lewis is Poppy.
It's a story for another night. All right, good job, Chris. Next one is, what is a top?
No matter gay, straight or bi, lesbian, transgendered life, I'm on the right track. Baby, I was born to survive. That would be
Damn
the
it, I was gonna
person.
do a Lady Gaga.
That would be the person who penetrates.
Correct. The insertive role, as ChatGPT calls it. All right, let's
See, I
go
know
down.
the answers. I'm just trying to think of my buzzer. That's my biggest
And
problem.
I literally Googled gay songs and I'm just singing them all because I know all of them.
Yeah, I might know the answer, but I'm letting you guys answer because it's way more fun to watch.
And by when I say Googling
By
gay,
straight guys.
when I say Googling gay songs, I'm just opening my playlist on Spotify.
All right, so next question is, what is a power bottom?
Somewhere over the rainbow.
All right, Scott.
That's the person who's on the bottom during sex.
But what is a
Oh,
not the correct answer?
coming out. I want the
Chris.
world to know. I'm gonna let it show. Sorry, my buzz wasn't over yet.
So yeah.
I'm going to guess that this is the person that is on the bottom, but is taking on more than one partner.
Ooh.
Basically, essentially, a power bottom, yeah, is one that takes a more active, dominant role during sexual activity. It's basically someone that just puts their ass up to anybody. They'll take it all. All right, let's do 2 more. Which one I want to do? There's some really good ones on here. All right, let's do, what is pup play?
What is it? Puck play?
Pup, P-U-P, pup.
When are you gonna
Play.
come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. Elton John. Any Elton John song I feel like is a good buzz.
Yeah, I was
Goodbye,
like, that
Yellowbrook
doesn't sound
Road.
very gay.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that song. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna guess it's when you are fiddling around with a younger man. Or
Okay.
maybe an otter.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
All right, Scott.
When I don't make my dog move from the bed when having sex with my
Oh,
wife.
that's a good one too.
Pup play.
Oh, you guys are both wrong. Sarah, do you have anything? Pup, P-U-P, pup play.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bringing out a whole nother weird fetish that I've heard of. So,
Heard of.
what have you guys never seen those videos on like Facebook or TikTok of those people who actually enjoy dressing like animals?
Oh, I've seen
Yes.
one on
Is
other
that what we're
websites.
talking about?
Exactly.
Really?
Exactly.
I don't like
Fuzzies?
being right about that.
Fuzzies.
She's like, I don't know from experience, but as Lewis is hopping around behind her in a dog outfit. Yeah, it's basically it's a form of BDSM role play, or one partner assumes the role of a submissive puppy, as in a dog.
Oh wow! So a literal.
So they wear a leather. It's usually like a leathery type dog mask.
Oh, I've seen that.
Sometimes they have a tail, and I'll let you just picture where that tail is attached to.
Spoiler alert: butt plug.
Yes, correct, correct. Yeah, it's something that's becoming very, very, very popular in the LGBTQ plus IA community. So
TQ.
bless you. All right, last one here. Cruising.
Life is
feel like
a
a woman.
mystery.
That was a
Everyone
close one.
must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. Sorry, so Scott won that one, but my buzzer just
Scott-
wouldn't go off.
Scott won that one, but you had a production show, so I'm giving it to you on this one, Chris.
Let Chris do it.
I'm gonna say when you're going from hotel room to hotel room, just you're cruising on down the hallway, going from room to room to room to room, having sex,
Okay.
anal sex, gay sex,
just anal sex.
yes, gay sex.
Gay sex.
Gay
yeah,
sex.
Gay sex.
All right. That's okay. Scott.
What's the word again? I was just
Cruising.
on myself.
It could also
Cruising.
just be Nick having
You know,
sex.
you know how I go on vacations all the time.
That I actually know this one. That is when you're mailing it in and you are just on cruise control and you just do the sex without thinking about it. It's just mailing it in. Like maybe you're tired, but it's like, hey, I gotta put out. Yes, Abby.
Why? I'm going to sleep.
Good night, sweetheart. Give me a
Please,
hug.
Abby, please go to sleep 2 minutes ago.
Love you.
Good night, Abby. We love you. All right. So what does cruising mean?
That'll
back
teach her
to-
to come in here during recordings.
So back to crazy. It was kind of close in a sense,
I'm close as well.
Wait, who's close?
but both kind of.
Both of them were really close.
Kind of.
Okay.
So it's basically cruising is searching for anonymous sexual encounters, typically in public places.
Sounds like a pedophile, Nick. I'm not sure that's. It sounds like a lot like Scott. Like it just sounds like
Yeah,
Scott just
yeah.
going from park to park.
And I don't think I was even close at all.
We'll just give it to you.
Okay.
Just wanting to have sex with anything that walks. So we can also, this is synonymous with Scott.
And that's been our fun game. Gay.
I love that.
Why doesn't Gay Master Ryan do this segment?
We'll have him. We need him on because we chat about this in our group messages with him sometimes, and he's been learning a lot about the LGBT community as well too. And yeah,
Well, thank you so much, Nick.
It's my favorite community.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
So Nick, you just had a birthday. You missed last week.
I did.
Sarah missed
sorry.
last week.
We were not
We missed
together.
you guys. So how was your birthday?
My birthday was old. I feel old.
Oh,
I turned 40. It hit me on the day that I was 40. And I had a little bit of depression for a second, and then I realized I was in paradise. Actually, no, I was in Ohio at that time. So I was not in paradise yet. I was still in Ohio.
It would only be paradise for Chris.
Yeah, I heard
Chris
you
was
were
not here.
in Sean.
Unfortunately, not that day. Sean had to work. I had my parents in town, so they took Piper out, and so I literally spent my birthday alone in my house.
It sounds
which
really
was-
nice, actually.
I thought it was gonna be nice. My mom's like, "Oh, this is great. You can have some alone time and just like check out, get ready to pack for your vacation," because we left the next day. And I literally laid in my bed for like an hour, and I'm like, I'm 40, and like everything in the past 40 years like replayed through my life or through my mind. I started listening to Celine Dion. I was sobbing. Yeah.
Nick,
was
it
a
sounds like a
mess.
really nice day. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I wish you were here to cuddle me. It would have been made
Would
it
have
10
been really
times
nice.
better.
The FaceTime, the 3-hour FaceTime we had just did not suffice. We didn't
Yeah,
talk
it's like-
at all. That's probably why. We just
I felt like a
watched.
Sarah McLachlan commercial. It was just like, you're 40 now. So it was rough. And then I realized we were heading on vacation the next day. So I was getting excited, and we left for Mexico bright and early on Sunday morning. Just me and Sean this trip. So it was our first trip we've done together alone in like 2 years, I think.
Can I ask
and
you a
it's just-
question about that, Nick?
Yes.
So
please.
if I, who was this for? Because it was your anniversary, right? But it was also for your birthday. But knowing you and knowing Sean, Sean was the one who wanted to go to the Nickelodeon resort.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That was definitely not you.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I saw you were. I saw
knew-
videos of you getting slimed or
Yeah.
something, and then
and I'll get to that. So this trip was different. We had literally planned it about a month in advance because that's what I do for a living. So I'm pretty good at finding like a last minute deal as well too. We normally go on cruises, as you guys know, and we wanted to try something different. Sean's never done all inclusive. We love Mexico. We love Mexican food. So we're like, let's go down to Cancun.
you're anti-wall.
No, knock it down. Build more tacos, please. All the freaking tacos, all the tequila. Sarah's with me on that one.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so we decided to go to Cancun. We connected with one of my property sales managers and found this amazing 5-star resort that we had a swim out room for a couple nights, and then we moved to an overwater bungalow for 2 nights.
That's awesome.
Which I'll get into the overwater bungalow in a minute because I know Scott's been itching for it, and by Scott I mean Rachel's wallet.
It's not even me, dude. It's not even me. After you went live, like, she has done full, like, I'm not wearing a mask. I've done my own research, like, looking into this resort. She wants to book now. She wants to do, like,
And who would she call to book?
of course, you.
I hope so.
But she wants it to be you and Sean and me and her, Chris and Emily, Lewis and Sarah. She is like full on planning this trip. I text the group, crickets.
yeah,
let's do that.
yeah. My wallet
I-
beat the shit out of me when you sent that. I asked
I
for
texted-
permission. And it
I
said, "Hell
texted the
no."
group too, which we'll get into later. So remind me about the picture that I sent that I got crickets on. Still mad about that. But first, can we back up? So last week's episode I listened to, it was just you two.
It was.
You talked about the fact that I might not be here today. I might die. And
Yes,
thank you for checking
you took,
in on me.
I'm glad you took that away from it, and not that gay people kill people. From the
I ignored that part. I focused on the death.
I'm
part
on your
because, we were in a hurricane. And
How crazy was that?
the fact that we were through it, it was, looking at it now, I'm just like, whatever. It was, to me, it was like a rainstorm. But I don't look at the weather when I travel anymore, just because I don't trust the weather people when they're like, it's an 80% chance that it's going to snow tomorrow, but also an 80% chance it's going to be 90 degrees. Make it
And
make
was
sense.
that your first hurricane?
That was my third, actually.
Oh wow.
I was down in New Orleans one time during a hurricane and got
Katrina?
evacuated. And,
Good.
no,
Oh wow!
Yeah.
it was Hurricane Gustav.
We gotta swim
That's remember.
to swim to swim to
gonna say, so-
Alabama.
If Nick was in Helene and Katrina, that would be like the two worst hurricanes in U.S. history.
Maybe it's my fault.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the gays taking over the world is what we're doing.
Right.
You did this. You made the hurricane.
It was all my fault. Yeah. So we don't
After
look
you
at
made
the
Aaron
weather.
Hernandez kill.
Yeah, it's the gays' fault that hurricanes get people.
Basically, that's how we do it. We'd throw glitter in it though. I feel 'Cause that shit, it's never going away.
You walk outside, you come back inside looking like Dua Lipa, then it's like, okay, this is the gays.
Yeah, you would know it's our hurricane.
You look like Eliza Minnelli. Are you sure this is a regular hurricane?
So we didn't look at the weather, and we got a message from my parents the next day, and they're like, "Oh, it looks like you guys are getting some rain." And I looked up. I'm like, "No, it's like perfectly sunny. Like we're getting burnt today." And then the next day we hear rumbles that there's a storm coming through that's might turn into a hurricane. And then the next day they're like, "Okay, it's a Category 1 hurricane," right out front of our door, as we're at a resort about to move to an overwater bungalow in a hurricane. So
Did you complain to management?
So I'm like, I don't know how this works. I'm assuming they're designed for hurricanes. I hope so.
Can't you shoot missiles at the hurricane for us?
Yeah.
It's only in Florida.
So the weather really wasn't bad where we were. It was windy, but not awful. It was a little rainy here and there.
Yeah. We
where we
watch
were.
Cancun very closely because we're going to Cancun in February. So you got like the side of it as a
Yeah.
tropical storm. Like it was mostly, it was kind of like what Sarah and I probably experienced here in Florida. It was just the feeder bands, a lot of rain, a good amount of wind,
Yeah,
but
we had the part where the rain or the wind was pulling inwards to the hurricane. So that was a weird experience because it was building up that momentum
Right.
where we were. So what was odd is Sean and I just didn't give a shit. We were just like, you know what, we're happy. The resort showed no signs of like urgency or any sort of alert. They're like, this is normal. So we're like, okay, that's fine. So we had our dinners, went to the spas, we did some resort tours. So this property is also owned by Nick, and here's where we'll get into that, is they own the Nickelodeon Resort down there. So there's
Okay.
two Nickelodeon resorts that just opened, I think like 5 or 6 years ago. So they're pretty new. There's one in Punta Cana, one in Riviera Maya. This resort, hands down, it almost made Disney look bad.
Really?
In the way that they themed their resort. The attention to detail everywhere was almost better than Disney in some spots.
Interesting.
So they brought in Ninja Turtles were in the pizza shop, and the way the pizza shop was laid out was like amazing in there.
Okay, so they're so focused on detail that they forgot that they don't own the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles IP.
Yes, they do.
Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Then why was it in the Disney parks?
Why
It was,
was
at
why was Doug
that
in
was
Disney?
MGM. I think it was at MGM at the time.
They were at one point, but now they're not. People buy and sell things all the time.
So Nickelodeon owns the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. There's a show on Nickelodeon.
Is there really?
Yes.
Disney now owns Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly. People just buy and sell
Things
things.
can
dude.
happen. Things
I
can
guess you're
happen.
right. I guess you're
But
right.
Read a book,
So
bro.
Scott-
Google
Scott,
stuff.
you
We brought them
remember
here. I don't read the books.
you remember working at you? Did you work at Universal or were you? Because I know you're older, so maybe. Did you work at Universal when Nickelodeon was there?
Yes.
God, you're old. I was like 6 at the time. You guys weren't even born. Did you guys ever go? Chris and Sarah, did you guys ever go to Universal when they had Nickelodeon?
No, no.
That was a dream when I was very,
Yes.
very young, you know?
Like we all
Back
had
when
that
Scott was
dream.
working there.
The iconic orange blimp was like everywhere, the orange color, but it wasn't like in your face with it. They had SpongeBob
No, they were just in our
everywhere.
feet.
Who?
Sorry. Continue. That was
A foot fetish joke?
yeah. That's fine.
Gross.
Moving on.
Chris is like, type, I got jokes.
I'm trying to scale my really inappropriate joke down like 10 levels so that it makes the episode.
As we're talking about Nickelodeon. So I've dreamed about being slimed since I was a kid. I wanted to get slimed at Nickelodeon at Universal in a different
Yeah,
way.
I feel like you get
maybe-
slimed every night if you pull out. Never.
So here's the thing. So Nickelodeon, they have this awesome, they have an awesome water park there, and it's really cool. There's like a SpongeBob area, like a Paw Patrol, or yeah, I think it was Paw Patrol area, and then some bigger water slides.
Was that keyword for like playing with pups?
It might have been. I was looking for some of those daddies.
They call
that were in
that
there.
ball control. I mean, patrol. Never mind.
So at the water park, we went back because it was Sean's idea and my idea too. Because we're very impressed by the resort. They had a Snick area. The bar was very well themed to Nick at Night.
Oh, wow.
that's cool.
So
Did they
it
have a
had some really
Cosby show
cool-
playing?
Wait.
They roofie everyone's drink?
Snick wasn't.
Or not Nick at Night, but the teen wasn't a teen.
Yeah. Snick was like, "Are you afraid of the dark?" And,
Yeah.
And what
All
was
that.
all that. Yep.
They had.
Did they have a producer
inside-
come out and molest you? I'm sorry. That was bad. That was really bad.
They had
It was real life.
The Pickle Man was that's where he was banished to.
They had
Mexico.
a good burger there.
Wow, really?
Oh, wow.
A good burger restaurant. So I was kind of nerding out with that 'cause Keenan Kel was amazing, but we found out that the water park, you can get slimed every single day at 1:30 in the afternoon. And
Like
they have
slime or just water that's food colored green.
That's what we were wondering, because what had happened was it's in the like if you go to like any water park, there's usually like that bucket area that like
Yeah.
spills over and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that type of concept in that area. So they close it down at 1:00. All these like crazy Nickelodeon people come out and they're trying to dance and stuff, and we don't understand what they're saying because 99% of it was in Spanish. And we're like, we're just ready for the slime. When's it coming? What's gonna happen? And then they started counting down from 10 in Spanish. Sean's over there confused because all he knows is the word hola. If you watch my Instagram stories, he learned 2 words in Mexico. It was like hola and then poquito, which means small or smaller, right, Sarah?
Poquito.
Tiny,
Very,
tiny,
very small.
very small.
Yeah.
Scott would know that word. So we find out that there's gonna be the sliming. So they're counting down and everything. We're standing under this. They turn all the waters off like 5 minutes before this happens. So
I usually
there's
give
no
my wife a countdown before I sleep with her too.
DAs.
It's usually right when I get in. It's like, all right, 3 more seconds, 2, 1, slime.
time.
She tries to
So
say,
that-
I don't know at the same,
So what I pictured the slime to be was basically like food coloring added to the water or something.
Yeah.
What I tasted was different.
Little
It tasted.
applesauce,
Is it?
right? It's like
I
green
don't.
applesauce.
I don't know what they used, but it was not great.
Oh.
And I had a lot of it in my mouth. So picture what's the guy from Marvel? The Hulk, the green one, the giant.
Yes.
It's Iron Man.
Picture or Iron Man, any of the green one, the green one.
The Jolly Green Giant.
Picture him jerking off.
Oh my gosh, this went
Every
in a
night.
total different.
That's what it felt like. All over my face.
Oh, okay.
Was it warm?
Yeah. It was it was warm. It had
Really?
texture. It had a sense. It had a taste. Yeah.
Wow.
It was
So
it was what I imagined and more, I feel. Sorry.
yeah, back when Nickelodeon was at Universal Studios, part of the it was called the Game Lab, Nickelodeon Game Lab, and it was like, oh, we're creating a new game, but you also got to go to the GAC Lab, I think it was what it was called, and it was where they were like testing new slimes, and you got to taste some of the slime, and it was
Yeah, Scott was
Oh,
banned
yeah.
from there.
We're all too young to remember it. All I have is my like little 8mm pictures to look at. So
Right.
Scott only has an 8mm penis.
wait, isn't that big?
And that's the thing too.
It's average.
Can we talk about the fact that on Grinder there, guys measure their penis in centimeters?
Oh, that's new.
I had to use Google Translate a lot on measurements. A lot.
Like, wow, that sounds big. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah. So yeah, so we did the Nickelodeon. It was super awesome. Lived through a hurricane. So we literally moved from our swim out suite to the overwater bungalow during the hurricane. Luckily,
It's clear
Smart idea,
water. It's
right?
not stirred
Yeah.
up at all. Yeah.
yeah. The day before, the water is perfectly clear. The next day, the water is almost over top of our balcony. So we moved over there. Actually, the weather really wasn't bad. You could barely even tell it was windy in there. We still enjoyed the pools and everything. Ordered some pizza via room service. Sat out in the pool, butt naked a few times. Speaking of butt naked, I did send you guys a picture. Never got a comment. The picture, I'm going to describe it to people at home or that are watching on YouTube right now. The picture was a shot of my tequila and 2 swimsuits behind it.
Really? There were
And
swimsuits
the-
behind it?
And the picture was
I
me
don't remember
taking the
seeing-
picture in the pool.
I thought you were
think you
drunk
sent
and
me. You know-
I thought you were drunk and
were-
just
we
sent
were-
us a picture of tequila.
No,
I was wa-
honestly, what's funny is I saw that
Oh, I
picture
see
and
it
I
now.
was like, oh, they must have like gotten out, changed. Their bathing suits are just in the background.
Yeah,
I
just
didn't
like-
realize it was
yeah.
a subtle.
I thought
We were
maybe-
still-
window.
We were still in the pool, butt naked. We were waiting for a response. Sean didn't even commented. We got nothing.
You know
So,
what is funny
very
about your photo?
homophobic.
You know what funny about your photos is me and Emily were looking at them on Facebook, and Emily's like, I can tell the ones that Nick takes for his grinder.
You're correct. My new brands that I've discovered is going to be me in a swimsuit. By swimsuit, I mean Speedo, in a pool with pizza. I
That
feel
was the
this
one.
This is my new brand. So I have to do that moving
I love
forward
that.
now.
I
So
love that.
yeah. But all in all, we stayed at Palafitos overwater bungalows in Mexico. These bungalows were absolutely amazing. We had our own private pool, table out there where we could get room service via text message,
Ah, cool.
which was super awesome. We had a butler, so they would basically do everything for us. So it was an awesome experience. I went live when we were there, and just seeing all your guys' comments as well too just made us happy, and nice way to celebrate our anniversary. And I know you guys were very excited to see it too.
Yeah, it looked like you guys had a ton of fun. It was beautiful, and I guess I'm gonna be booking a trip there. So
Yes.
when I say my wife.
Yeah, I saw her credit card number, so we're good. It's already booked.
Sarah, so Chris has stumbled upon something that I think we need to discuss with you. Okay.
No.
one, you have a lot of stuff, a lot of vintage clothing, and you like to make / save money.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So Chris is now on this app called, what is it, Chris? Whatnot?
It's called Whatnot. Yes.
Why don't
Yes.
you? Because I
Yes.
think this is a perfect fit for Sarah.
Yeah, so after spending a lot of my own money on Whatnot, I was like, I should probably try to recoup some of this money. So I signed up for Whatnot, and I am now a Whatnot seller. I had 3 shows. I've actually people messaging me during the show asking if I'm going live tonight. People that I've met on Whatnot. I'm selling a lot of my old Star Wars cards that I had just sitting in a closet. And it is amazing the people that will just come on and buy stuff that you didn't think had any value. And the coolest part about this is the addictiveness of it. The addictiveness to watch the streams, to buy on the streams, and now to sell on the streams. It's like TikTok, but you're actually making money.
you're
Is it like
Yeah.
is it like QVC for
It's
like
it-
TikTok? Like you show your own product and then somebody bids.
it's
or-
like if eBay, QVC, and TikTok had a baby.
Yeah, it's eBay Live. Is
Yeah, it's
essentially
live
what it
eBay.
is.
Yeah, and you only have 30 seconds to bid, so you can't look up the price of things. So it's like you either want this item and buy it, or you're out of luck. It's gambling.
Or
It's a
you're
gambling.
like me and you're trying to drive the price up so that Chris can make more money, and I get stuck with a Finding Nemo trading card.
Yeah, Scott.
Ooh.
Scott took home a few things. I sent the package out. It should be there tomorrow. Please leave me a 5-star review.
Yeah.
So funny enough, I do actually have an account on there. It's,
Oh, okay.
It's like a stagnant account because I signed up for it because I know other resellers that use it quite a bit, and I'm better at taking pictures and posting stuff than I am at actually doing live streams. So I need to get better about that. Because
You had a lot of
I
practice,
actually
Sarah.
do-
Partner
well,
with
yes.
Lewis. Lewis, you put your product up there. Lewis can do the. It'll be great for the Spanish audience.
Oh, it's true.
Oh, perfect. So I'll just describe the item. I'll hold it up. I'll do the thing, and then he can translate it.
No,
Exactly.
he holds it up. You talk in the background, and then he models the stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's very
that'll drive up
inclusive.
sales.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
inclusive. You'll hit the
100%.
algorithms real good.
Nick,
I
I'll
guess-
make sure to let you know when he does crop tops and sweatpants.
That's yeah.
I got you.
But Sarah, I guess Chris said that a lot of people are selling like vintage clothing. And
Yeah,
stuff,
ton.
and just different
They
clothing
do.
on
A
there.
ton.
They do.
That'd be a great way for you to get rid of some of that stuff.
Sarah's like, I made a lot of
I-
those people millionaires.
I just took a trip to Goodwill the other day. I actually wanted to find one nice shirt to wear for a job interview, and I walked out with a lot more than that. But I found some really cool stuff that would be perfect to
See?
sell, along with the multiple bins outside my garage.
There
that I
you
have.
go, Sarah. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't move it to another house. I've moved it. This is
the last stop.
second house, so this is the last stop.
So, Chris, where can you be found on
Okay,
Whatnot?
so here's the thing. Unfortunately, when I signed up with Whatnot, it signed up with my Gmail account. So it's my full legal name. And I can't change it while any orders are in process. And there's going to always be processing. So you can find me on Whatnot at Christopher Yob.
Christopher Michael Yob, Social
And,
Security.
and you know what? I was just going to
number
change it to
5.
Chris. I was like, you know what? I'll just keep my name because my name, Chris Yob, sounds different, unique. It's not like, Mike Jones, right? So like, I'll just change it to Chris Yob. Then I could sell anything. I'm not subjected to just Star Wars or just Disney or Pokemon. And I got to change it. Like, you cannot change your username while orders are being processed. Like, all right, well, then I'm never going to be able to change my username. Or I have to like take a break from Whatnot for a month to change my user. So anyway, Christopher Yob on Whatnot. You can find me. And if you follow me on Instagram at Yob Collects, I will be posting cards that I buy, and then I'll be posting updates about my Whatnot show. I do a lot of giveaways. Scott actually won a giveaway on my Whatnot. You don't have to buy anything to win the giveaway. Just you got to be watching the show and enter the giveaway. So check me out.
Yeah, it was cool. I won the guy that says "This is the way."
Yeah, it was actually a really cool autograph.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was an
a
autograph, yeah,
Misty
yeah.
Rosas. It's a good autograph. I did not want to give that away. I was actually disappointed that I.
Well, you can keep it.
No, it's already
I
on
was
your
just
house.
there to support you.
It's already. I'm a man of my
Well,
word.
I'll send it. I'll send it when I send your home.
Yeah, oh yeah, from 2 years ago. I can't even fit in that stuff anymore.
Chris, you got any cliff notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
So we don't have any Florida man versus Jersey man tonight, which is fine because they're absent from tonight's show, just like Scott was absent in Darren's life for the first 20 years. So I just made that up. That was pretty bad. We got an update of Jimmy Carter from Sarah. He's still alive, but man, does he look the opposite. If he looked any more dead, you would have mistaken him for Joe Biden. And I have one more. If he looked any more not there, you'd mistaken him for the tip of Trump's ear.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Scott went on a ride called Rise of the Resistance. That is also the nickname of Scott's penis and his wife. Rise and then Resistance. Scott asked us if I would partake in a single rider's line, and at first I was super confused that he was talking about a Disney ride. Single rider is usually what Nick and I call a night in together. We talked about running into celebrities, and Scott actually failed to mention the biggest celebrity he ran into while on TikTok live stream. This was a pathological liar from Lake Mary.
Oh my
I didn't say any
God.
names. Kind of. We talked about the gay community, and honestly, the gay community is one of my favorite communities. Scott's favorite community is the gated community.
Spelled with a G-A one.
Nick talked about how you have the opportunity to get slimed every day at 1:30 p.m. at the Nickelodeon Resort. Funny enough, that was the third time that day that Nick got a bucket of slime poured on him. This is the one that I had to tone down so much, and it's still pretty bad. Scott was shocked at the notion that the Ninja Turtles are now owned by a different company. He has a hard time realizing that things like that can change. True story, he saw a Japanese person on the street the other day and wondered why they weren't in an internment camp. So, okay, here's the thing. The Japanese were put in internment camps during World War II. I had a lot of other races I could have put in there, but I did not want to make it a very racist joke. So, yeah, we don't poke fun at the Japanese that much. We'll do that. That was so much worse in my head. I settled for Japanese internment camp. And lastly, this is actually a serious one. Hurricane Helene devastated a portion of the country. So I did want to recite a line from the scripture. Quote, "Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, thou should not get caught or you'll end up just like me. Karma's a bitch, I should have known better. Siwa 3:16. And those are my cliff notes.
Thank you so much, Chris.
It was a slow burn.
You know, I feel like I'm going to have to go out and buy some trading cards now. Like I never
You have
wanted to be
to,
into trading
yeah.
cards, and I don't want to collect them. So what'll be great is it'll be easier for me to sell them.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll probably be
because I
buying
don't
them
care.
all.
But I won't care. It's like, oh, this one's worth $1,000. Great,
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah, you thought you spent a lot at the parks. Wait till you get into trading cards.
I know. That's all I need is another social media addiction to spend
man.
$1,100 in on
Yeah,
one month.
you're gonna be. I was talking to Scott about these team breaks on whatnot, where you bid randomly on an NFL team, and there's a wheel, and you bid a certain amount of money. And there's people bidding $2, $3, $4, $8, $1,200. Scott's gonna be that person bidding like $800 like 3 times in one stream
Right.
because he got like the Raiders and he wants the Dolphins.
Well, happy episode 250. This was fun. And next week is our last this was really our last regular No
Yeah.
New Friends episode. Because next week will be kind of the farewell to No New Friends from our perspective. And then the following week, what's that, October 16th, You've got to be a member of our Discord, which is free. Just go to our website, click on that. But we're going to be putting a link to our episode, and that gives you the opportunity to ask us questions, share your favorite memory, share what
Curse
you
us
don't
off.
like.
Yeah.
Curse us off, whatever
Yeah,
you want to do. That's an opportunity to leave a 1-star verbal review.
We should invite some. Actually, I have 2 people in mind. We should invite. that would make the show pretty aggressive.
Yeah. So we're going to do it on Zoom, so you don't have to worry about Riverside messing up. But that'll be October 16th. So next week is farewell NNF from our perspective, and then the final one is kind of ask a host, or I don't know what we'll call it, audience participation night. Yeah, and then October 23rd is the very first episode of Parents Night Out. We're so excited about it. It's going to be the same show with a different name, couple different things sprinkled in there that we're working on, but we're really excited about it. We're really excited about the searchability and the name change and some of the cool things we're going to do.
And thank you, James Yan.
We're going to bedazzle it. We're going to glitter it. It's going to be gay.
Very.
Probably
But,
will be gay.
but parenting, yeah.
Yes. Chris, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on Whatnot at Christopher Yob. You can find me on Instagram at Chris Yob. You can find me on TikTok at Chris Yob NNF.
I don't know why I went to you first. Sorry. Nick, where can our listeners find you?
Right now, you can find me at home for the next week, and then I'll head to Disney in 2 weeks. But for now, you can find me on Instagram at Emotional Support Gay Nick, and on all social media platforms at Sandpiper Vacations.
Sarah?
You can find me on the TikTok at SuperSarah94 or on the Instagram at Old Soul Thrift.
Alex? And of course, all of the show's social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise. Join our clubhouse, become a friend with benefits. And don't forget, if you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and review. Really helps us out. Check us out on YouTube, all that good stuff. On behalf of Nick, Sarah, on behalf of our producer, Alex, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, bitches.
You should have called me Chris Yan tonight.
I should have.
I really still think we should have had Remy on to impersonate James Yan. Last time we did that went really well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Solid episode.
Yeah, very. I really.
Did you forget I'm going to Disney? Because you made a face at me. I'm like,
I did forget you're coming to Disney. And I think
be
you're
there.
here at the same time as Sydney is.
I thought I remember you saying somebody else was there.
Yeah, I think Sydney's here at the same time.
Well, YouTube, I'm going to cut off YouTube real quick. YouTube,
Yep.
thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with us for
Bye.
250 episodes, even though you haven't, because this has only been on YouTube for like 30 episodes. But thank you for listening for 250 episodes, probably, even though most of you probably haven't, because you probably didn't know. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for your support.